Excuse the noise. If it's too much, just turn y'all volume down. My life to see somebody who ended up winning mentally, emotionally, relationally by deciding to be the toughest warrior in a relationship. Do Black women have to be the strongest soldiers in relationships? Hey, I'm Melanie. Welcome or welcome back. Today we're talking about struggle love and specifically struggle love within a Black community and the Black relationships. Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's get into the rest of today's video. Only group that have to get in a relationship and prove our love by being drugged in the mud. Okay, no, but let's talk about it. Because the way these males expect for Black women to just put up with things they wouldn't even put up with is astounding to me. The amount of times a male will cheat on a Black woman and then pray and beg for her to stick around and work through the pain and, stay with him. But yet, the minute he's cheated on, he is out the door. And when you ask them, why do they expect for us to stay and work through it, but yet they leave, they literally will tell you, well, no one's making you stay? Excuse me. It's so bad now. We will have males who will glorify and romanticize all that he put his woman through on an Instagram caption under a picture like it's cute. It's not. What is going on? It's been so many times I've heard Black women speak on the pain and things their partner put them through, and yet they stayed. To where I can't help but wonder if that script was flipped. Would your partner have endured that pain and stayed as well? If the answer to that question is you don't know or no, then sister girl, why are you? And a lot of the young women are looking this way because of that struggle love. Because that struggle love that y'all deal with. And y'all mad at us because we ain't putting up with that struggle love from these men. What I mean by struggle love is you all, the younger generation, these young women are allowing these men to manipulate them into believing that going 50-50 on bills is okay. That the only way to have a relationship with a man nowadays is to be able to contribute to bills in the household. First of all, we didn't contribute to no bills. The men that we had, number one, we had them in their prime. Okay, they had their hairlines intact and they were in their prime, and it felt good for them to be able to provide for their lady. These men don't feel that way about y'all. So y'all out here struggling to keep up with a lifestyle and an image just to be able to have a man, and that man is dragging you. How dare he try to sit up there and manipulate you into believing that you got to pay half on bills in order to be in a relationship with him? That ain't no real love. A real man want to take care of his lady, and these men are not taking care of y'all. And that's why y'all out here drinking and popping pills. And I truly believe that's where the animosity comes from with these younger women towards the women in my generation, in my age group. Like I said, I'll be 47 in a couple of weeks. I will be damned if I go have a struggle love relationship, if I go half on bills with a man, because that's not what I come from. These younger women, that's all they know. That's all they know. So they think that it's okay. And then they get mad at us because we're not tolerating it. We don't have to go half 50-50. That's not where we come from. So some kind of way it created some type of animosity or jealousy for the older women. If that's not what we know and that's not what we're going to accept, why be mad? At least take a lesson and learn instead of always trying to attack us on some shit that y'all don't know nothing about because you out here paying 50-50. And for the men that try to manipulate and say, well, that's why you going to be single. That's why you going to be alone. You ain't married. You this and that. First of all, that is not an insult. Because the men that are out here now, it is not a flex to be in a relationship and be married to any of these men with the mindset that they have now. The men in this generation do not feel obligated or a sense of responsibility towards the women that they deal with. They want to be in a roommate situation, but get head of the household privileges and respect. It don't work that way. If you need a woman's half to be able to sustain that household, then you are a roommate. You are not head of household. If you cannot 100% pay all of those bills, then you need to downgrade into a house or a lifestyle that you can 100% control. You all are out here trying to make it seem like we losing out on.
Why do men that constantly disrespect women expect us to still be in love with them?
Because y'all be staying.
Yeah, true.
No, I hate to be that. And my bad. I'm sorry. I'm my bad. I shouldn't have said that. That's my point. For every one woman that will stand on her standards and her morals and what she knows she deserves, there is about 20 or 40, 50 of them that won't, because you think a man validates your worth. You think you need somebody there in order to fill those voids that you should be filling in your single space. So I know when you ask, why do men do this? You know what? Because they up, they need some discipline. But the real answer is he can't you over if you ain't in his presence. Why you still there? Why do we stay in these situations
in toxic situations
that we know are not healthy for us?
Because a lot of us aren't able to admit that we don't love ourselves.
First and foremost, there ain't nothing wrong with a woman who is willing to try over and over with a man she loves. That's just how real women love. We don't sit around and swap out man after man after man because the one we love or was with fucked us over or hurt us.
I promise y'all, the only things that could really come from that type of mindset is single parent households, STDs, and a whole lot of wasted time. Women who typically think like this or think that this thought process is okay have men as like the center of their life. Like that's who they really believe that they have to find a man. Like they have to marry a man or they have to do it quick, and they have that type of mentality. Like they'll obviously see the signs from the beginning. They know the person doesn't like them like that. They know the person is using them, but it's like they already gave up. Like that's in their mind, that's their person now. But again, this isn't the 1950s. It's 2023 where embarrassment is being displayed for everyone to see. Where it's even more important to have some type of decorum. And again, if you don't really care about yourself or your time, it's going to be way easier to accept the bare minimum. So, y'all stay safe.
People be like, if you don't want me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. No, I don't want you at your worst. I just met you. Like, you're trying to get me to accept this struggle type love. No, I deserve better than that. I ain't introducing you to my worst at the same time. I'm giving you my best. Here's the thing, man. I ain't trying to struggle with this love in the beginning. It's different if you have built equity inside this relationship. If you come already prepared and years down the line, you fall down and you need my help to get back up. Or you need that loyalty you've earned or my understanding or my unconditional love. I just met you and you got the audacity to force me or guilt trip me into accepting you at your worst. Don't you think I deserve the best? At least the best version of you? In the beginning? Oh, you want me to settle, and I ain't gonna do that. All right? Step to me correct or don't step the law. And lady, that's what y'all need to say.
I was thinking black love, if you think about it, in any sense, not even just romantically, but even in like families or friendships, it's inherently struggle love because I don't think we really think about the effects of colonialism on us, racism on us, sexism on us, capitalism, all that stuff really does have an effect on how we communicate with each other.
For real.
So constantly having to overcome that and break that down, like that's a struggle in itself.
It is, and there's a lot of unlearning that women have to do on our end in order to be real support systems for the men in our lives, because patriarchy isn't just like, you know,
it's really not.
It's really not. And there's a lot of things that we've learned about men that are just completely untrue, and we hold them to these really weird standards that like they do not deserve. Especially the patriarchy doesn't even center black men. They don't center black people. Like westernized culture does not center us. So we're holding these people to a standard that they'll never be able to meet because we were never given the opportunities. Like we're just getting to the point where we can like excel in certain ways, and there's a lot of that we have to unlearn.
Myself included, because I be having to catch myself sometimes. And I think that's my favorite thing about myself. And you as well. We're both very self-aware. Like, I catch myself sometimes communicating with men, and I be like, that was off. Like, it was somebody I was dealing with, and when I look back at how I responded to it, I was like, even though my feelings were valid and I don't regret how I felt, I regret how I reacted in that moment. And I'm just like, I ain't have to do all that.
Yeah.
I didn't. But I'm saying all that to say, like, all that stuff kind of like, it kind of skews our communication skills with each other. So it's like, you a black woman, you go through like double discrimination in the workplace, like sexism, racism, and microaggressions too as well. And then you come home to your and it's like, you constantly on guard. So you in defense mode if he's like maybe bringing something to your attention that you need to work on. And
And he only bringing it up to you because he love you.
Exactly.
Or he wants things to work out, not because he wants to, like, bring you down. Like, there's a very vast difference between somebody just nitpicking and, like, picking on you versus someone actually, like, showing you a character flaw and being like, this hurts me when you do this to me. Like, I don't like this I don't like when you do this. I don't like when you say this. I need your support in this way. And I feel like a lot of times Black women are always the support system for everybody, that we get very tired and we're just like, niggas asking us to do again. But like, I totally believe that Black men really do deserve a soft love, like a real softness that comes from us, because even down to them being raised by their mothers and their grandmothers who are very hard. Like,
and again, like I said, like all the racism and the slavery and stuff that we experience has an impact on their mothers too, in the way that they communicate with them. So I know they probably gonna eat us up, but it's like I be thinking about those kind of things sometimes.
Yeah, and you know what? Niggas probably gonna call us pick-me's. That's what it really is. Like, but I'm like, no, I think that men are deserving of being seen.
Yeah, like heard and validated.
Like, even down to like knowing men that just won't cry.
I think it's safe to say that Black women are expected to endure so much more than we need to in relationships just for the sake of keeping that man around. I also think that Black women experience more struggle in relationships than other races. And of course, I don't have any statistical data to back up what I'm saying, but this is just my opinion based on the observations that I have made. There are some situations that are unique to the Black community. For example, Black women get married the least and also have a higher rate of single motherhood.